Hi, guys, and Wood Class Rock and Country Music Facts and Trivia. Appreciate you being here. If you're a regular here, then you know that I love Waylon Jennings stories. Man, it's a storyteller. I'm telling you, a great storyteller. But here's one where Waylon believed he was haunted by Hank Williams Sr. after receiving a pair of his cowboy boots. Haunted cowboy boots? Talk about an all-time great country music Halloween story. It's a shame I missed it at Halloween. Waylon Jennings famously owned a pair of Hank Williams cowboy boots, which were gifted to him by Hank's son and Waylon's close friend Hank Jr. They were black and white with a cool red design and made by famous designer Nudie Cohen, who invented the rhinestone-covered nudie suits. Became so popular in country music thanks to Hank Sr., Porter Wagner, Graham Parsons, and even Elvis. And here's a photo of them. Pretty dang badass, huh? And on the Ralph Emery show back in the mid-90s, promoting his book, Waylon, an autobiography, Waylon recalled a spooky night at the studio when he first felt Hank's presence. He wore the boots there, a prized possession, obviously, and things went sideways quickly. Hank Jr. gave them to me, and he came back in a couple of days and said, "Did they fit?" And I said, "Well, how did you know I tried them on?" And he said, "I knew they'd fit." And so I got to wearing them every once in a while because they were Hank's. And one night I was recording, and it was raining really bad, and I had these boots on, and a guy that worked for me came in and said, "Chief, it's really bad." I said, "What? What do you mean it's real bad?" He says, "It's just real bad." And I said, "Well, what is it, you know?" He said, "You know that new Cadillac you just bought?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "There's a tree on it." Waylon's longtime drummer, Richie Albright, immediately felt that it might have something to do with the fact that Waylon had on Hank Sr.'s boots and made him take them off right away. And Richie Albright, who plays drums, said, "Get them boots off." That's the first thing. And I went out there and I said, "Looky there, that whole tree is all over that car." I got out there and I said, "Raise that branch." There was one branch over it, and I said, "Raise up that branch," and they did, and I backed it out, and right to this day, there's not a scratch on that car. In the book, Waylon has the story written a little bit differently, saying that the tree fell first, and they went into the studio after assessing the damage. And then the lightning struck the recording tape inside the studio. He said there was ash on the ground of the studio from the electricity and burning, and it was then that everybody made him take the boots off. Regardless, it's a spooky story, and either Waylon got really lucky, or if you're into ghosts and spirits, maybe you think it was Hank Sr. himself who had something to do with Waylon's brand new caddy coming out unscathed after a tree fell all over it, and subsequent lightning. Waylon informed Ralph that the boots were size 9.5, and he was determined to make them fit no matter what. I was going to make them fit. I just kind of had a feeling they might. I'd seen a picture of him with them on. Actually, Waylon mentioned several times throughout the autobiography that Hank Williams' ghost haunted him throughout his life, and he recalled seeing Hank's Cadillac for the first time and laying down in the back seat. He doesn't outright say that where he might have picked up that haint, which is a lot of Southerners call spirits or ghosts, but kind of implies that being the first time he was up close and personal with an important Hank artifact. Superstitious people believe you can get a haint on you, so to speak, and that they'll follow you around, causing things like Hank Sr. might have done to Waylon. In fact, if you're ever visiting the South and go to either a restaurant or even someone's house with a porch, you're likely to the ceiling of the porch is painted a light blue color called haint blue. Some believe doing that will stop the spirit from coming through the front door. Anywho, Waylon also mentions in his book that he could feel Hank's spirit in his tour bus, and he could always sense when he was there. So it seems like he's a believer, in fact, that his spirit was still around, which is pretty common belief when it comes to Hank Sr.'s fans. There have been numerous reports of sightings of the ghost of Hank Williams over the years at the Ryman Auditorium in his hometown of Montgomery, Alabama, where he was laid to rest. And there are also rumors that he haunts the alley behind Tootsie's. Now, whether you're into that kind of stuff or not, it certainly makes for an interesting story about two all-time country icons. I'd like to think that if Hank did follow Waylon around in spirit, it's because he was proud of what he was doing for country and the kind of music he was making. I've been to Tootsie's, and I'm here to tell you, I don't know if Hank Williams would, but you can feel the spirit, old country music spirit in that place. I mean, I went in there with a couple of friends, and just an eerie feeling. It didn't feel scary or anything. It just felt, like you kind of stepped back in time, and it was so cool. Now, as far as him being haunted by Hank Sr., I have no idea. But that's all I got for you guys. I hope you appreciate. I hope you enjoyed this. I appreciate you. You don't have to appreciate this. I appreciate you. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Please like this video. Appreciate it. You guys have a great day. God bless you. And I'm praying for you.